Hey, got your ass down. Shouldn't ate all that whole turkey, goddammit.
Yeah. Ain't nothing good about to happen.
Nope. Yeah, thought you.
Yeah. I'm about to eat your ass. So, all of us are at home right now. All of us stuck, ain't going nowhere. I mean, you know what? If
Not supposed to be anywhere.
You're not
Right,
supposed to be.
right,
If you're
right.
doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're responsible and not a selfish asshole, then you're staying at home and hopefully you're keeping yourself busy. As I said, there's never been a perfect time to be shut in. You know, I wouldn't even put a mother house arrest anymore. You got too much good stuff at home.
I know, right? I mean, everybody's been like, man, how's this working out for you? I'm like, for me personally, it's actually going kind of well.
It's-
I feel a little guilty about it.
Yeah.
I'm having the best staycation of my life right now.
It's allowing me to get a bunch of stuff done that I always say, like, man, I wish I had time to do this. Wish I had time to do this. Oh, this time.
Yeah, Martin's gonna finish his novel. You know? And there's a lot of variety of things that you can do, and one of those is watch the numerous. I mean, it has never been so much stuff to consume out there,
Oh, yeah.
especially with movies and TV shows, because you got streaming, and we got this movie right now for something that we call a little segment ever since it started, Shut In Cinema. And for Shut In Cinema, I picked up a movie because this film. It's very poignant for what's going on right now, where you have people out there just acting selfish, looking after nobody for themselves. Like this bitch is stealing toilet paper. Well, she didn't steal it, but she might as well be stealing it from people who really need it. She's wanting the toilet paper for herself, and also, you know, she's gonna try and sell it.
There's plenty of toilet paper out there right now.
I know,
There's plenty, yeah.
But you know, the thing is, that's what's going on in people's mind. There's something out there that they say is scarce. I gotta go out and get it. You don't have any? You. Don't care. That's what this man did right here. This man that stole all this meat. When I say steal, he stole from the mouths of people that needed it because he hoarded his basket with all this meat, took it through the cash register. They couldn't do anything about it except let his selfish ass have it. And they doxed his ass. He found out where he lived and gave him death threats, which I don't support. But you know, I didn't threaten him. But hey, I ain't gonna say anything about
I
it
don't
if he
blame
got
people
it.
that did.
I ain't gonna say anything if it happened.
Man, half that meat's gonna go bad anyway.
Just don't put me on the jury.
Yeah.
Right.
Mag is going to be laughing at his ass. Thank you. People out there just looking out for themselves. So that's why we got Shut In Cinema with a movie that I think y'all need to watch. And this is going to be a little bit hard because, you know, some of y'all, I don't want to insult nobody, but, you know, I don't like to read. Some of y'all, it's like, that's why I watch shit, so I don't have to read it. If you can bring yourself to actually sit down and, yes, read subtitles, I think that you'll see something that you enjoy. Martin, you haven't heard of it? And Billy, I don't think you've heard of this. This is a movie that people told me about called The Platform. And I watched this. It's something that, now it's a movie, it's a Spanish film. And it premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival.
Okay.
TIFF, as some people like to call it.
Sure.
And this is a movie that is like a dystopian future that's set in a prison where people, they'll either send you there for, of course, breaking the law, or for some stupid ass reason, people go and volunteer. They're like, hey, I need a degree. So how do you get a degree in what? Getting fucked up? And because it's prison, they give you certain social perks if you go, like an honorary degree.
Oh.
So you can get a job better.
Okay.
So people can
Job
actually
you don't know how to do.
a job you don't know how to do. Yeah, it's like one of them Bill Cosby degrees where it's like, you know, like you didn't learn this shit. They just gave it to you just because. And then, you know, it's like you can't. You better be glad you rich because then you can't do nothing with this.
Which one did I get? I guess I'm a chemical engineer now.
Yeah. I don't know.
Neurosurgeon. Oh, all right on.
I guess I can do that.
Yeah, give me
Where my
your,
tools
yeah.
at?
Give me your head.
Yeah.
Hey, get the off me.
Is there a doctor in the house? This man's choking. Oh, yes.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
I didn't even look at this yet.
I know, yeah. Is there a doctor in the house? Yeah, it's me. Hold on, let me just
Apparently I am.
Yeah, let me just prop this bitch up real quick. I'll be with you in a second. Hello. What's the problem? But
I should probably wash my hands first. Right?
I got a degree in drugging bitches. But with this movie right here, so you have this prison where people can either volunteer or they get sent there for breaking the law. Once a day, a decadent meal is laid out on this floating platform, and that platform descends to different levels where people can eat off of it. Of course, the more it descends, the less food there is for people down below.
Sure.
And the less clean it is.
And the less clean it is, and seriously, it is less clean. People spit, piss, they probably even shit on that food, but people are so hungry on the lower levels that they take whatever they can.
Right. This sounds familiar.
Yeah, you know what? And people get shuffled to different levels after a month without any knowledge of what level that they will end up on.
Yeah.
So you might end up higher, or you might end up on one of the dreaded lower levels. One man wants to go in and change that system. This guy right here. As I said, this is a Spanish film. I'll go ahead and show you the trailer for this, and I'll come back. And since I'm the only one that saw it, I'll give you my review for the platform.
¿Qué vamos a comer? Lo que le sobra a los de arriba.
Now, I know people might be listening to the podcast later instead of watching it. I'm like, damn, did the channel stop on Univision or something? No. Dumb son of a bitches. I told you, this is the...
You don't read and you don't listen.
Sábado gigante. Don't tell them, no, people, it's a Spanish film if you're just tuning in.
¿Hay mucha más gente abajo?
Hey, got your ass down. Shouldn't ate our whole turkey, goddammit.
Yeah. Look, I don't want to be rude, but when you see a Negro slapping his hands and smiling like that, ain't nothing good about that.
Nope. Ain't you happy to have done what he did? About to do.
Yeah, especially in prison.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah,
I'm about to eat your ass.
I've been playing
I'm about to literally
son.
eat your ass.
Yeah.
Got my jelly.
Oh shit! You got kung fu in this? You ain't say that. Kung fu and swords.
Yeah, because first I was like, I don't know. Yes!
Yeah, look at this. Look at this shit. Hiya! I mean, they so bored. They doing backyard wrestling matches.
Oh, you good.
You know, it might not be so disgusting if they gave them forks. Because everybody's just eating with their hands, digging in.
Man, those brothers, they took those forks.
Oh,
the thing
did
is, when you hit, okay, see, I'm glad you're asking this because they give you nothing. All they give you is a clothes to wear and a toilet and a faucet, and that's it. And when you go in, you only get to bring in one object. So some people thought it over. Like in this, you saw, like there was one dude who, like this dude right here. Like this dude, he's like, I'm going to a prison. You let me bring anything? I'm bringing a sword.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll let you bring a gun, but they'll let you bring in all kind of things.
Well,
So-
if you brought a gun, eventually you're going to run out of bullets.
It's run out of bullets,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So it made the sword
Yeah.
more practical.
Yeah, exactly. He said, yeah, you know, let you bring one thing. So some people think it through. And one fool got laughed at because they looked at that and they said, what'd you bring? He said, I brought a book. He said, let me see this book.
Tearing the pages out, wiping the ass with it.
Yeah, how can, you know, a book is a weapon too. Yeah, you get to bring one object in here.
Yeah, I was about to
Am I wrong in seeing something similar to Snowpiercer in this?
It's a combination of a couple of things. And I'll tell you what it's a combination of in a little bit. No, that's a great question. That's a great question right
I
there.
just rewatched it, so it's fresh on my mind.
No, that's a great question, and I think that this is a great concept, but you still got to be careful who you recommend it to. For one, I
Sure.
told you don't have to, but you should probably look at the subtitles. But people are like, I ain't reading that shit. Bitch, this is a movie. I don't read movies. I barely read books. While I'm reading, why am I gonna read a fucking movie? But also, listen, there ain't no nice way to say this. Some of y'all just dumb and don't want to think. I'm not talking about everybody. Most of y'all out there are smart,
Especially our audience.
Our audience. In fact, I would say all of y'all are smart. But let's be real, people. We all know a dumb motherfucker, right? You know, whether it be your parents or your brother or
Uncle
or a friend that you just did.
That you grew up with, you still love them.
A friend, he got good weed or something. You know, somebody you stick around with. And those are the people that probably don't want to watch this because this movie requires you to think way after it's done. It is very open-ended.
Okay.
It is very, so if you don't like to think, this is not your shit. It is so interpretive that you can even sit back and kind of interpret what genre this is. Maybe this is some people see it as a horror movie.
Yeah.
Some people see it sort of as a science fiction film. Some people see it as a science fiction dystopian movie. Some people see it as a thriller. Some people see it just as a sort of as a almost like a fairy tale, an allegory as a way. You know what? It is all of that, but really it's a message film, and it knows it.
Yeah.
Ain't even trying to hide it. You know, when you mentioned this is a combination of two things: Snowpiercer and Cube.
17,576 rooms.
He'll be all right.
Jesus.
I don't know.
Would he walk into some?
Just give him a couple band-aids.
Yeah, as they say in Mighty Python, just a flesh wound.
It's just a flesh wound.
But yeah, it's a combination of those. And with Snowpiercer, the further back in the train you are, the less resources you have.
Yeah.
Here, the lower you are, the less less food you have.
And that movie is really all about class struggle.
Exactly. And that's what this is, man. Cube comes in that, just like this movie, there's this organization, and it's scary how you don't know anything about them. And the horror comes in that there's an organization you know nothing about, and like, what kind of sick motherfuckers would build something like this?
Something so elaborate.
So elaborate just to hurt people. And this movie does get very gory. This movie gets gory at times. There's a lot of moments in here where there's some really uncomfortable, how would I put it, man? Human beings just being really cruel to each other.
Yeah, that kind of stuff always makes my skin crawl.
That scares me the most when. Listen, I know ghosts ain't here. I know, I know that the vampires and creatures ain't here. I'm scared of you, all right? And you, if we end up stuck in this room, we ain't got Billy. I saw you that day. We got stuck in here. It took you 5 minutes to want to turn on everybody. 5 minutes. He wanted to kill everybody in this room,
and that's only because the door was locked.
Yeah, we got stuck in this room. That door was locked, and Billy was ready to pick up something and smash that window 5 minutes in.
I was trying to protect everybody else.
Trying to protect Billy, yeah.
From me, I'm saying.
Billy walking around. Y'all bullshitting. Bust out of this.
All right. Let's go ahead and get the pecking order straight right now. God damn it!
You're like somebody where the full moon is up, and it's like, if I don't get out of here, I'm gonna turn into a werewolf and kill everybody.
Yeah, you said werewolf. You gonna turn into Billy? Would have been nothing. They would have found us. They would have found us 2 hours later. Would have been none but Bones and Billy up in here. Oh, Billy Bones.
How long have you been in here? Like 40 minutes. I had to survive, man.
I did what I had to do.
So yeah, you ain't gonna last in this shit, man. Whoever's your roommate, Billy, I feel bad for them.
I don't have a roommate.
Because I hate them. You hate them. Because that's what you get in this prison. You get a roommate, and how you interact with each other depends on their personality. And like I said, man, it's really, it's just kind of frightening to see how people just devolve into animal instincts. Like, again, y'all got to read this. If you that dumb friend we were talking about, if you don't like to read, this is in Spanish. But it kind of gives, if you read it, you'll get a good sense of what the dynamic is like between people. Especially when you have one person who's just getting in and somebody who's been there for a minute.
Si ha apagado la luz roja, se ha encendido la. Acabo de aportarle una información. Ahora lo justo sería que usted me aportase otra a mí.
He's standing over there. You better start.
He's just looking.
Get mine. You better get yours.
Shit, you better get this meal right here.
Whatever's left over, shit.
You better get this Golden Corral right here.
He's like, now you give me information. I'm giving it to you right now.
God damn it. I ain't got time for that. Yeah. And by the way, that looks a little better than Golden Corral.
A little bit.
Esta comida ya ha sido escrita.
Yeah, by me. He's seduced. His food's already been eaten. He's like, yeah. You think it's eating it, bitch?
Es asqueroso.
What do you think you are?
He's like, where's the maitre d'?
I'm sorry, no napkins?
Yeah, where's the maitre d' at? Garcon?
yeah.
There's a hair in my food.
Oh, yeah?
I know. Excuse me, utensils. Thank you.
Shit is not medium rare. You guys run this place like a fucking prison.
Now,
I'm giving this a really bad Yelp review.
I brought myself up.
I believe I volunteer for this shit. But
Oh, so he's a volunteer.
yeah, one guy's been there. The guy's roommate, the guy that
Roommate.
the guy that well, yeah, I guess it's exactly cellmate. Yeah, my man that's
The old man.
my man that's chowing down right here. He's in there for a crime.
Yeah.
The other guy volunteered because he wanted that degree.
Uh-huh.
So
So how long is it to stay in there if he volunteers?
that's a good question. His run is 6 months. It's almost like
He ain't worried about it.
it's an endurance test.
Yeah.
You know, at this point, but it's a hell of an endurance test, man. Especially if you end up on one of the lower floors.
Right. He
know-
can't just go, I can't take this anymore, I'm out.
No,
Right,
oh no,
so yeah, yeah,
no,
so,
no,
yeah.
no. You can jump. You'll be out forever.
Yeah. But you can't just be like, all right, that's it, let me out of
You're
here.
gonna be like guard.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
No, you don't even see the people that are running this. That's what makes it so scary.
Yeah.
Dead.
Right?
Yeah,
I'll go to school. I
get that shit the old-fashioned way.
I was there particularly fond of school, but better than that shit.
It's dude. This is it's a horror movie in the way the human psyche breaks down. But this is where you really have to. How you like this movie depends on how you accept it, because this is mostly a message movie, and I mean, at least that's the way I saw it. Because there are certain things in here that don't make any real sense. You'll be more puzzled if you try to actually figure out certain things that could be, yes, plot holes. You can either make up things for them, or you'll just say, well, that didn't make any sense, or what about this? How did that happen? If you do that, then you're not going to like it. If you're watching this for the message, then there's something there for you. Because this is about, I mean, it's not even trying to hide it. This whole thing is just a metaphor for capitalism.
Yeah.
And they put in visuals in there to let you know that this represents this aspect of capitalism. This represents people who want to change the system, which is what he is, this character right here.
Yeah.
The new guy that's in there. And there are things in there that represents how different generations handle the system, and all those things are metaphors, man, and that's what the movie's really concentrating on. Because by the time they get to the end of this, they don't tell you shit.
Oh.
And if you want a definite ending and you don't like, you're like, man, I ain't trying to think after this movie's done.
Yeah.
Shit, I want to go on my life. Well, you will not like this, because this requires you to have discussions after it's done. It's very open ended.
Okay.
That's kind of Ex Machina was.
Yeah,
thought.
but this is even more so.
Sure.
What happened to these characters? Who are these people? What about this one thing that was introduced? How could they not notice that this prison if they were doing this? I mean, those details are there, and if you see them as bad writing because they're plot holes, I will not argue with you on that. But if you're somebody who sits back and dissects this and says, all right, every one of these things represents something about the system and how either people benefit from it or more so how people suffer from it.
Yeah.
Because there's a point in the movie where they say, well, shit, if we just ration out the food, everybody be fine. And people below them say, fuck that, I'm eating.
Right.
Well, yeah, it says that in the trailer. He says if everyone just ate
Their share.
their fill, then so everyone's being decadent and eating more than they're just
It's so-
stuffing and
yeah.
gorging themselves.
Exactly.
Which is, I guess,
Yeah,
it's not
on-
too subtle a metaphor there, but yeah.
No, the movies. I mean, look, the movies touching his nose through everything. It is very on the nose through this whole thing right here, and so that's why they're saying, man, because even the ending can be interpreted as like, is it something why this system should be in place, or is this why the system should be torn apart and redone? It's a lot of ways to look at it. There's no definite ending. Everybody walks away with their own personal thing.
Okay.
I will say this for those of you who want to watch a dubbed version of this, I don't blame you for wanting to do that. Not at all. The only thing that I can say about watching a dubbed version of this is that this shit sounds like a bad anime.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know some people.
That's funny because I also got an anime vibe from it.
Yeah. Well, that platform just floats. There's what's the mechanism of the science behind that makes it float like that? No one knows what it's attached to or what's the mechanism below it to make it work.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying I would much rather read subtitles and listen to the dubbed.
Yeah, some people even tried to give it a good go.
Why'd you do that?
It's for them to eat. And the ones below.
All right, I'll just read it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Lip sync is off and everything. Nah, man. It's
The voices don't even match up to the actors, you know? Why'd you do that? It's like, that doesn't look like that something that he would sound like, and that just ruins it for me.
Yeah.
I'd rather just read.
Both did the same.
Those selfish bastards.
damn, he's still talking while he's laying down. Them words are long gone.
Yeah, it's reminded me of the Bigfoot movie.
Yeah, we saw. There's people in the chat talking about Tetsuo! Kaneda! Yeah, Netflix dubs, they suck, man. I watched a whole season of a show from Spain.
Bank Heist or
Bank Money, yeah, something
Money
like that.
Heist,
yeah,
yeah.
something like that. And I watched a whole season of that before we realized we could change it back to his native language. And I was like, that dubbing was bad.
Yeah.
Everybody, because everybody talked like this. Nobody is ever concerned about anything.
Yeah.
God damn you. What are you doing?
Is that a gun?
Yeah. I'll kill you.
Yeah.
I do recommend you go watch this. It's very, when you see people fighting over toilet paper and buying up all the meat and just being selfish and watch this movie, and if you're one of those people, it's going to make you feel like an asshole, man. Which you probably are. But, whoa, shit. That's what you should probably do. Right now,
See that right there? That scene makes me not want to see it.
yeah. Nah, but it's if you're a horror movie fan, there's a lot of gore in there. There's a lot of people eating people and whatnot. If you're an intellectual, there's a lot of intellectual storytelling in there. If you just want to watch something that sounds smart, watch this. Talk about it with your friends. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. For certain people, like I said, you know who you are. If you come back and tell me, Corey, I didn't enjoy it, then I get it. I hated it. Corona. Corona. Say afterwards.
Spit at you like one of those lizards in Jurassic Park.
Yeah. You think I come with that?